Hey guys, Jeff here with Cosplay Gaming, and we are back with another cosplay video. I know it's been a little while, but I'm dealing with a lot of stuff the last little while, so that's kind of kept me busy. But I had been asked by one of my viewers to go into how to use some stuff, so we're actually going to take some time and talk about that super quick. And if you guys read the intro, obviously, you know that we're going to be talking about using rub and buff. Gotta get it close enough so you can see it. So rub and buff is a great way to have something look metallic, just because of how it works and how it looks, and it looks really good. So here's our example. So this has actually been a secret project I've been working on finishing for the last little while, because I started this actually a couple of years back. You could probably look back at my Instagram and see the old pictures of the work in progress of this, and I'm now almost complete. It's not perfect, but it's almost done, and you can see I've got the silver looking here. Now I've still got to apply that to the outside of the shield plus to the other side here, but I'm going to show you guys how I use rub and buff to get those details. I'm also going to use rub and buff here for the Triforce symbol, just to get that nice gold look to it. And anybody that's seen my Buster sword that I've done, I used rub and buff on the guard of the blade to get that nice kind of brushed metallic look. So it's a great way to get a brushed look, and it's fairly straightforward and fairly simple to do. Now, the only thing I'm going to note, and I'm going to have links for various colors of rub and buff in the description below if you want to check it out. It is a little pricey. Like this little guy, I think, no, I found a place where I could get it for about $10, but that's $10 for that little tube. So you do a little size comparison here. Doesn't even take up the whole thing. So you don't use a ton depending on what you're doing. Like I'm definitely going to use probably most of that tube for the whole of the shield. And I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to do that a little bit later and finish it up. But you're going to use a fair bit. So what you need for this, or the stuff I recommend for it that are going to make you simpler. So you're going to need some paper towel, either that or a very clean cloth. Is the best way to describe it. And I'll see if I can I'll post a link for a good cloth to use. This kiwi cloth to use for polish and stuff like that is a good thing to use for it. Anything that doesn't have a lot of fuzz or is unnecessarily thick, very soft cloth is really good for this, because it's reusable and you'll be able to wash it. So this, you're going to have to use whatever, and you have to worry about it kind of breaking down and tearing apart. I didn't have any kiwi cloths with me that aren't being used for other stuff, so I had to resort to this. So you'll need that. Grab some Q-tips, and I'll explain as I get into how to do this in a second. And of course you're going to need rub and buff, and then whatever you're working on. So this has already been finished. I've already sealed it with Plastidip, other than a couple of bits that came off, but that I can still rub and buff over. But we got our piece we're going to work with. Now, depending on how comfortable you feel with working it, you may have to tape off the area. I probably should, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. All right, so let's see if I can get this into a position where you guys can actually see this. So here's the part I'm going to work with, is right here. So I'm going to grab my rub and buff, go open up the lid. Definitely need a better setup for this. We're working on that. So I'm going to get this. I want as little surface area as I can, mostly just to make it a little easier for myself. I'm going to put some rub and buff. Don't put a ton on. Just put a little bit of smidgen on. And what you're going to do is you're now just going to apply it to the spot you're working. I'm going to fight with the paper a little bit. Try to get a good angle here. There we go. We're just going to apply it. So you can see what's going on. So now here's where the rub and buff name comes in. So we're going to actually use some circles, and we're going to buff in that paint, essentially. So that's really all there is to it. Now I can also just apply this directly to it, which I'm just going to apply. Don't use a ton, because it covers fairly well. I want to cover a little bit more because I want this more silvery than dark. So I'm going to get in there, I'm going to buff that in. Buff this over. You're going to get a bit dirty doing this. Don't get me wrong. Alright, we're going to buff that in. Not too much, because as you can see, because I'm buffing it in, it's starting to wear out a bit, or it's starting to dull. I want it a little bit thicker, so I'm going to end up using a bit more than I intend normally. So, I'll get that in there. Cover it up really good. Okay, and we're gonna get around and do, right now I'm just gonna do a nice layer there, get up into here, grab some more. Alright, I'm gonna start up there, I'm gonna work my way down. I just want to be careful. There we go. Kind of see how it's coming in right now. Now I'll have pictures of this all finished up over on Instagram and Facebook and such. So if you want to see the finished product, it'll definitely be over there. If I finish it in time after this video is edited, I will probably post them at the end of the video as well, but most likely I'll have to head over there. Of course, all the links for that will be down below. Alright, so before I get to that, and I'm going to finish that up later, I also want to get into these parts here. Oh, wait, gotta angle it. The little sides here. I want to get as much of that, and I've got a little bit. That's where the Q-tips come in. So, carefully, you're going to apply some of the rub and buff to your Q-tip. Okay? And you're going to take your Q-tip, and you're going to work along the side. You want to be very careful. Like I said, you can tape this off if you're not super confident in your contouring. You could even use a brush, admittedly, if you want. You could apply it by brush. And I'm just going to go along the side. I've got some of it up top. I'm just going to carve that up there. Fill that in. And just keep going around, and keep going around my edges. Alright, grab some more, and keep going around. May end up using a couple of these guys to get this done, but hey, we'll get that nice coverage so that you can actually see it all the way around. Alright, and then there, just be careful, because you can already see right here I'm going to have to do some cleanup, because it's actually brushing against my finish. So work that out. Apply all that. So this is where, like I said, I should have taped it off. But I have a brush coated in the paint that I can just clean up. Alright. But yeah, so that's basically applying rub and buff. Depending on what you're working with, you know, it's great for certain types of armor. It's great for weapons and detailing for those. And it comes, like I said, it comes in a variety of colors, so I'll give a couple of links for a couple of different colors, you know, gold, bronze, silver, and a couple other color combinations as well. And then, yeah, finish applying it. I gotta clean this part up a little bit more. Obviously, I've got to finish that and get it all even. But once I've got that, I'm gonna do the edges as well, and we're gonna have a nice metallic look to all of those parts that maybe acrylic paint might not get. And without having to do a whole bunch of paint layers and stuff like that, because this doesn't really need a lot of thick layers to get that right look. So I'm going to finish cleaning this up. I'm going to post pictures of it a little bit later, so make sure you check that out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this and this was informative. If there's any other materials or techniques that I use that you guys want to know more about, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Chat with me over on Discord, Instagram, Facebook, wherever it is. Let me know what you think. And of course, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, throw me a like, and I will see you guys again for more cosplay videos, game videos, and other stuff here on GhostNet Gaming. Have fun, keep gaming, and I'll see you guys again next time.